It's time for Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Come On In, Westart Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our listeners out there. We just saw a really fun game between the Tintic Miners and the Milford Tigers, and Tintic represented Region 22 very well, winning at the buzzer as they hit a buzzer beater from the corner to win in triple overtime. And today I'm excited. Ambria Lutz has joined me. Ambria, thanks for hopping on for the call today in this semifinal matchup for the girls.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So the girls are going to be taking on the Wayne Badgers, and it's going to be a good matchup. We'll start our pregame show right now. I was able to catch up with Coach Lundgren earlier this week, and so we have a part of that interview coming up for you now. And we've got 7:40 on the clock warming up, and we will keep you updated from there. Thanks for tuning in. Coach, we're back. Thanks for joining me for this coach's show. What year is this for you going to state, Coach?
I was trying to put a number on that. I believe this is year 10.
Year 10. And Coach, you've had a great showing at state every year. I know that a state championship to you is what a great showing would be, but many coaches and communities would give anything to have your top 4 finishes every year, the last 10 years, I believe. And high expectations this year from yourself and from your girls going in as the number 1 seed. Let's walk through the bracket a little bit. Day 1, we've got the winner of who?
Day 1, we get the winner of Monticello and Pinnacle.
And I know that you were watching film on Monticello and Pinnacle, getting ready for either of those matchups. Now I'm going to do what coaches don't believe in, but I'm just the journalistic radio guy, so I'm allowed to. But assuming we win that game, second day, who would we potentially have?
Potentially, it's hard because, everything starts going into that. But, we're looking at maybe a Paiute that night.
So, Coach, we talked about Monticello Pinnacle, winner of those two, which that takes place
February 22nd.
Okay. So winner Monticello Pinnacles, who will play that first night. And then we get the winner, assuming we get that win, we'll play the winner of Paiute, Monument Valley. You know, if it's Paiute, I know that any team from Region 20 is going to be a good challenge, correct?
Yeah, you know what, Paiute on film. I haven't been able to find much on Monument Valley yet. I'm still looking, but Paiute on film is very fast. They've got some really good guards. They shoot the heck out of the 3 ball. They got some good pressure man defense. So their motion offense is pretty good. They don't ever stand around in it. So.
And from there, Coach, we'll have any combination of, Wayne and Bryce Valley play on the other side, Wendover and Whitehorse. So if we're able to beat Paiute, we would have any of those 4 teams. And Coach, that's an intriguing matchup with Whitehorse and Wendover. Whitehorse has had a really good season, but we've seen that Wendover, they are a dark horse because they have come on as of late. They gave us all we wanted, 2 games at the end of the season, and then they go and beat Manila down at Region.
Yeah, Wendover's, they've got a lot of confidence right now. They've got some girls that are very fast and athletic. The Alvarez girl is a very good ball handler. She distributes very, very well. And the Hicks girl, she's very strong in the post. She can shoot the 3. She's a very good athlete. And then they've got some other girls that are very good shooters on the outside that help spread the floor. And they shoot with confidence. And they play very good defense. So, yeah, that's a team. And I watched Whitehorse play too. Like, they've got a really very, very good guard and surrounding wings. And then they've got a good post player too. So that's going to be a very intriguing matchup down there.
Listening to the pregame of our next game. So what goes into the process of choosing the musical each year? Because obviously there's an endless amount of awesome musicals. How do you choose which one is going to be that one?
So that's a really good question. Usually at the end of the prior year, kids will make a lot of suggestions to me and we'll have some meetings. and we'll just talk about different musicals that kids are interested in doing. And then what I'll do is I'll spend a few weeks during the summer researching those musicals because, I just got to make sure the content of those musicals are appropriate for our stage. And then, so from those suggestions, that's how I make my choice.
So, Mr. Woods, go through the dates and how one would purchase those tickets.
Yeah, Freaky Friday tickets can be purchased off the high school homepage. And then the dates are going to be March 13th, 14th, and 15th with a matinee on that Saturday as well.
On the 15th. Well, everyone come out, support these awesome students of ours. And, with the musical, it's an awesome thing each year that a ton of time is put into. So, Mr. Woods, we've had a really unfortunate and tragic thing happen in our school, but being a teacher, are there any thoughts you'd like to share about your time with Daniel? You've had him since he pretty much moved here, as he came here in 5th grade. So you had him the next year onward in junior high. So anything you'd like to share or get out there that you'd like to say about Daniel?
Daniel was a really good kid, and I'm in a unique position because I know these kids in junior high and I watch how they sort of grow up into young adults. Mm-hmm. And he was just funny, and he was very jovial, loved being around his friends. And, he had his struggles too, getting up into the high school, but generally he still maintained that really playful personality and that jokester personality with his buddies. Another thing I can tell you about Daniel is he and I have said hi to each other in the hallway every day pretty much for the past 3.5 years. Yeah. It's as simple as, "Sup, Smith? Sup, Woods?" Yep. And that's been the extent of our relationship. He hasn't taken any of my classes at the high school, but it's just really awesome for me to still be able to have that relationship with him.
Well, thanks for that, Mr. Woods. And, it's great talking to you. I told you this, but when we were at the region tournament, obviously a very emotional weekend because of what happened, and the girls were playing in the championship. I can't tell you what it did for me. I didn't know that the band was coming. And as I had my headset on and was getting ready to call the game, and I hear you guys start playing, and I knew exactly who it was. It was the Richfeild band, and I appreciate you and the element that you add to each game and the support you guys are. And even when we're down at state every year, it's like we're in Richfeild, we're in a gym. Obviously, we've been there many times, but it's still not home. But hearing you guys play, it's like we're back in the Richfeild gym. So thanks for all you do and the positive effect you have on kids and on the community.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And, Daniel was never part of the band, and yet all those kids in the band were his classmates.
Correct.
And we shared a lot of tears.
And it sounds like, go ahead and share what you guys are going to be doing for him down at state.
We decided we wanted to put a set list of songs together that Daniel loved, or songs that reminded us of him. And so, we're gonna play those to honor him. He's a cool kid. He's a really popular kid, and we only have 170 kids at the school, but everybody knew him. And if we had 1,070 kids at school, everybody would know Daniel Smith.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for those words, Mr. Woods. You're the man. I've enjoyed this conversation. And once again, everyone, March 13th through the 15th, Freaky Friday being put on at Rich High School. So get your tickets now and come support these kids. Thanks, Chris.
Awesome. Yep. Thank you so much.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about 3 things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for 2 reasons. 1, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and 2, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We are back here just getting ready to get a tip-off between the Lady Rebels and the Lady Badgers of Wayne. Get our scoreboard reset there from last night. Ambry, I know you've been looking into this game a little bit. What are your thoughts on the Wayne Badgers and what the Lady Rebels need to do to put this one away and make it to the state championship game tomorrow?
They're looking like a really solid team. They've obviously got Van Dyke, who's a great player, so if they can contain her and just keep themselves in the game, I think that they'll be able to make it till tomorrow.
So, Ambry, you've been in this game many times before, as have I. It's kind of become the running stigma for Rich High School, unfortunately, that the semifinals is a huge hurdle. Obviously, we've made it a few times to the championship between the boys and the girls, but not a ton. What do you think, looking back, what are the keys to making it past this game to the championship game?
I think it's just going out there and playing their game, keeping it. I think the pressure kind of gets to the team every year, and we let it hit us a little too hard. I think if they can just get in there, play how they've been playing all season, then this will be a great game, and they'll be able to advance. They've got a really good lineup, and I think they definitely can come on top with a win.
Absolutely, and you're spot on with your scouting report. Van Dyke, a great player, and one that we're going to have to keep under wraps, as is Reagan Blackburn. She's not a starter. She's not out there yet, but one that we're going to want to keep our eyes on as she subs into the game. And so the Rebels do get the tip. Argyle with it in the key. She's going to pass off to Smith and then to Hatch, who pump fakes and goes in. She'll get it back out to Weston. Weston, a great pass inside to Pugmire to give the Rebels an early lead, 2-0 here at the start of the game. And on the other end of the floor, Wayne has the ball. Blackburn up top. So excuse me, I said it wrong. Blackburn is out there starting. Her and AJ Van Dyke, ones to watch for the Badgers. If you're watching online where it's being streamed, that's number 23 and number 24. And as Ambria said, Van Dyke averaging almost 18 points a game. She's a 5'11 sophomore, so she'll be one to watch for a few more years to come. And the Badgers do get a shot off at the buzzer, no good. Rebounded by Pugmire. She gets it ahead to Weston, who then passes it ahead to Argyle. Argyle, great entry pass to Hatch. And Ambria, can we have a better start than this?
No, we can't. And I think this is exactly how this game, I think we're going to win from the post on this game. They seem a little bit taller, bigger team. We got a better matchup underneath.
And that's what I've been thinking too. They obviously have some talented guards, but in the post, that's where hopefully we have that advantage, as Wayne does go to the inside. They had a good look, but no good. Rebounded by Pugmire, hands to Weston. Weston quickly gets it ahead to Argyle. Argyle dribbles in, but she'll dribble it back out. Smart move there for Cass as she passes off to Paige. Paige is going to drive all the way to the hole. No good. Just off the front iron. Rebounded by Van Dyke, heading the other way. And Van Dyke will cross half court, and she's going to dribble to her right, being guarded by Smith. She pushes off a little bit, gets a shot off, and that is no good. Out of bounds, and Rebels will get the ball back after that missed shot. So, Ambria, what do you think on that matchup with Paige Smith being the one guarding Van Dyke here early on?
So far it's working good. I think she seems a little frustrated early on, and hasn't even, that wasn't a great look she took. Seems pretty well covered.
Yeah, I like that matchup. Paige, very athletic and long as well. Cass Argyle with a huge three from the corner. Ambria, I know you're friends with Cass, and it's been awesome that she's come on this second half of the season. She started off cold, and I know she was frustrated, but it seems like the past month we're seeing the old Cass back shooting the ball.
Yeah, Cass is a great shooter. From when I played with her in high school, she was always very talented, and it's good to see her really being able to get in her rhythm.
So the Rebels, another stop on the defensive end. Argyle has it underneath, gets it tipped away into the hands of Pugmire. She saw an open Hatch, tried to get it there, but not in time. That's one's knocked away into the hands of the Badgers as they head the other way. And a three put up, that's by number 3, Wood. No good, rebounded by Weston. She gets it ahead to Smith on the wing. Smith picks up her dribble and gets it over to Weston on the left wing, who dribbles into the key. She's going to dribble back out, passes over to Hatch on the left. Hatch gets it inside to Pugmire, but good defense there from Jones, from Wayne, to tip that away into the hands of Wayne. Going the other way, Blackburn now gets it across half court. She had about 20 yesterday. Nothing so far today, obviously, as Rich has held Wayne scoreless here halfway through the first. Blackburn's first is up and good. That was quite the finish.
Yeah, that was a hard take.
And so Weston now with the ball, gets it quickly across half court and passes to Argyle on the right wing. Argyle gets a screen from Pugmire. She'll pass it over to Hatch, and then Hatch hands to Weston. Weston's going to take a long two, no good, but rebounded by Hatch, and she tips it over to Smith. Hatch gets back up in the meantime and able to get a rebound once again. Cass for her second three, good! So a great start for Cass Argyle. 6 points, 6 of the 10 points for Rich. I'll be interested to see what happens here. Usually right about now Kira comes in for Cass, but I don't think you take her out right now, so we'll see who Kira's coming in for with 3.5 to go here in the first. 10-2 for the Rebels. Van Dyke takes a long three, so what does that tell you, Ambria, that Blackburn or Van Dyke takes that long three that's way off the mark this early on in the game?
She's looking a little frustrated. It looks like their offense is not working the way it typically does, and they're not getting any good looks at all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Definitely frustration there as Hatch misses a shot from the elbow, and Pugmire's going to get called for the foul on the rebound. So into the game is Jolly and McKinnon, and they're going to come in for Smith and Hatch. So I like keeping Argyle out there, a little bit different from the usual rotation, but keep her out while she's hot. So right now it's Weston, McKinnon, Jolly, Pugmire, McKinnon, and Argyle. Great lineup for the Rebels. Wood misses a real close one there. Rebels luck out as Jolly gets the rebound and gets it ahead to Argyle. Argyle back to Jolly up top and then to Weston. Weston dribbles to her left and kicks it back out to McKinnon. McKinnon for three, no good. Looked good from our angle, but off the mark, rebounded by Wayne as Wood has it up top. 2:33 to go in the first quarter. And they're going to drive in, no good. But Wayne gets their own rebound. That's Jones. She had a missed shot but got her own rebound to keep things alive, and a fresh shot clock as Wood puts up a three. No good. Pugmire this time does get the ball heading the other way. Pugmire at the top of the key, hands to Jolly. Once again, it's 10-2 in favor of the Lady Rebels with 2 minutes to go in the first. Weston, a great entry pass to Pugmire, and she scores. Zambria, you played that guard position. What are you seeing from our guards right now as they're not able to get the usual scores, but they're able to get it to the post right now?
Yeah, they're making a lot of really good post entries, and it's working well. I mean, we're up by 10 early, and we're clearly frustrating Wayne on the other end. It's looking good for us.
We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, just under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Rebels up 12-2. We'll be back after this.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where you're...
We are back here. 1:58 to go in the first quarter. Lady Rebels with a commanding lead of 12-2 so far. And it's been domination on both ends of the floor as the Rebels have kept the Badgers just to 2 points so far. And they have it on their end of the floor. They're trying to get it inside to the post. Great move there. And they're going to count the basket. That was number 35, Bree Torgeson. Great move. She gets fouled by Paige Smith, and so she's going to go to line to shoot one. And sorry, our scoreboard malfunctioned once again like it did yesterday. Let me see if I can get us back to where it should be, but that's 12-5 now after that three-point play from Torgerson. Lady Rebels now with the ball in there, and McKinnon up top. She gets a screen from Pugmire. The pick and roll has been working, but Pugmire not able to finish. She had a great look there. And now going the other way, Jackson has the ball. She gets it ahead to Blackburn. Blackburn hands to Wood. Wood dribbling to her left. She gets a screen. Well played there by Jolly. Jackson now with the ball back to Wood. 17 on the shot clock. Blackburn now has it, being guarded by Weston. She tries to get in the hole, tipped away by Weston into the hands of Jolly, but then Blackburn steals it away. They're going to call that on Bray. I don't know if I see it there, but that's going to be Bray's, I believe. Is that her first or second?
Second. No, first.
First. Yeah, I thought that was maybe her second. So just the first team foul for Bray. Blackburn's first is up, so now Wayne cuts the lead in half, 12-6 now in favor of the Rebels. Bray's going to come out. Dottie Morse into the game.
Smaller guard like Blackburn has an advantage in drawing fouls.
That's a good point, and you saw it there. Yeah, anytime she's going to go up, she can easily draw that foul just like she did. Blackburn's second is up, just rims out. And the Lady Rebels need to do a better job rebounding as Wayne does come up with that back into the hands of Blackburn. And Hatch is going back into the game to help with that rebounding. And they're going to get McKinnon with a foul here as well. So, Amber, just in the last few minutes, the Rebels fouling a bunch, sending the Badgers to the line. This is the third trip to the line, and they have a chance to cut this one to 4. First one is up and good.
That is definitely something they're going to have to quickly adjust to. Being able to not rebounding and fouling is going to change the motion of this game really quickly, swing the momentum.
A team that isn't as good as you can make them just as good if you keep giving them trips to the foul line and getting in foul trouble. Weston inbounds to Smith. 43 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. 12-8 now. The game, a 6-0 run for the Badgers. Jolly has it on the left wing. She gets a screen. She dribbles in, gets it to Hatch on the right wing. Back to Smith. Smith gets a screen. She'll pass to Morse. Morse over to Weston. Weston going to pull up for 3. No good. Great rebound there by Jolly. She gets up ahead to Hatch. Hatch luckily keeps control of the ball. 16 seconds to go on the game clock. Jolly drives baseline, but ball is thrown away, but Weston steals it. Can she finish at the rim? Yes, she can, and that's a big one, as that is almost the end of the quarter. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The Rebels able to finally get a score to end that 6-0 run. 14-8 now. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, start of the second quarter in this semifinal matchup between the Rebels and the Badgers. We'll be back after this.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about 3 things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo, and Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for 2 reasons. 1, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and 2, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
We are back here, start of the second quarter. Rebels with a 14-8 lead here early on in the game, start of the second quarter. And Wayne will start with the ball. Van Dyke has it. She drives baseline, puts one up, no good. And out of bounds, Rebel ball. So we've done a good job so far of bottling up Van Dyke here. I believe we held her scoreless in the first quarter, if I remember right. Smith brings it across half court. And in the meantime, Hatch and Pugmire back into the game as Pugmire gets it underneath. She kicks it back up top to Hatch. Hatch skips it over to Smith. Smith looking back to Argyle. Argyle back in the game as well, as she had the early 6 points for the Rebels with the 2 threes. Hatch drives in, kicks it back to Weston. Weston back to Hatch. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Rebels are going to have to get one up. Smith gets one up, no good. She almost gets the steal, though, off the Wayne rebound. Goes out of bounds, and so the Rebels will be on defense now, giving the ball back to Wayne. Wood now brings it across half court, dribbles to her right, passes over to Morrill. Morrill gets it inside to Torgerson. Torgerson over to Jones. Jones missed shot, rebounded by Weston. Weston gets it ahead to Argyle. Argyle underneath, finds an open Hatch, who then skips over to Smith. Smith for 3. That is off the mark, rebounded by Van Dyke, and she's going to get it out to Morrill. Gets it across half court. So other than Argyle's 2 threes, Rebels not able to get much going on from the perimeter. Van Dyke now up top. Dribbles in. Smith doing a great job defending her as she's going to kick it back out to Jones. Jones drives baseline. Great job by Jones to then hand it to Torgerson, who was left open as the Rebels crash down onto Jones, and it's now 14-10 in favor of the Lady Rebels. Smith now dribbles to her left, passes to Weston on the left wing. Weston head fakes, gets it inside to Hatch. Hatch kicks it back out to Pugmire. Pugmire, the short jumper from the foul line is good. And the Rebels needed that. 16-10 now with 5:45 to go in the first half. On the other end, Wood with the 3. She tips it back to her teammate off the miss. That's to Jones. And Jones' shot is no good and out of bounds. Rebel ball. Jolly into the game for Argyle. And so it's Pugmire, Smith, Weston, Hatch, and Jolly. Smith brings it across half court. She gets it inside to Pugmire. Pugmire looking from the perimeter, hands to Smith. Smith for 3, just rims out. Pugmire with a good rebound that Hatch ends up with. And then it goes out of bounds. There was some contact, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Wayne ball heading the other way. So Morrill will bring it across half court. Dribbles to her right, being guarded by Jolly. Jolly hands to Wood. Wood kicks it outside to Blackburn. Blackburn hands to Morrill and then to Van Dyke. Van Dyke puts one up, no good, but rebounded by Jones. She gets one that's tipped by Pugmire, and then she steals it away, going the other direction. And now Smith has it on the right wing. Smith puts a 3 up, no good. Smith able to try for her own rebound, which will lead to a jump ball. And I believe that should be Rich ball, as Wayne started the quarter with it. So it'll stay underneath Rich ball.
Here, Rich basketball.
So Embry, what do you do? Paige is doing a great job defensively and rebounding. Her shots aren't falling, so as at that guard position, what do you do when you're doing everything right except for the shooting? What do you do mentally to overcome that?
I'm a big fan of just keep shooting. If you're doing everything right, pass if someone's open, but got to be ready to take the shots even if you missed them. Just keep shooting, hope they go in, and they eventually will.
So the important part is if you have an open, take it. I mean, you've got the ability to do it even if it's not going your way, but if there's an open pass, take the open pass as well.
Yeah, be a good teammate and make sure to pass and do what's best, but shooters got to be ready to shoot and make sure the defense stays up on her, helps everyone out.
Jolly, the inbounder, finds a wide open Paige Smith, and there we go. Just as we were saying, Paige able to get a short 2-footer there, and nice finish for the Rebels now, up 18-10. Blackburn on the other end being guarded by Weston. Weston nearly tips it away. Blackburn able to get inside to Jones. Jones puts one up and in. Weston now with the ball being guarded by Wood. Weston gets it over to Smith. Smith's going to dribble to her left up top to get things reset. Smith kicks it over to Pugmire. Pugmire with the pump fake and go, and she finishes at the rim. That was pretty. Able to finish, going for the old-fashioned three-point play. So Bray with the pump fake and drive, and able to finish at the rim with the foul. So that's a big play here. That could pull us up 9, which is one of our bigger leads so far. Bray going to the line to shoot 1, going for the old-fashioned three-point play. Up and no good. Rebounded by Van Dyke. Van Dyke gets it ahead to Wood, who crosses half court. Van Dyke's going to take a long 3 again. No good. So Ambria, we're definitely doing our job to bottle up Van Dyke as we see another kind of forced deep 3 there again.
Yeah, she's still held scoreless. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen one, and they're going to pull her out. You feel for her being, you know, a player that averages almost 18 points a game, held scoreless in the first half, but obviously that's a big game plan for the Rebels. Weston brings it across half court, being guarded by Blackburn. She passes to Smith on the right wing. Smith back over to Pugmire, and then to Weston. Weston has an open look from 3. That is good. Came at a great time as now the Rebels have an 11-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. And they're going to get Weston on the other end for a foul there. It has been very physical between Weston and Blackburn on both ends. I knew eventually they'd start calling it there, and there you see it. Just the first for Weston, first team foul for the Rebels. Ball is inbounded to Torgerson, and ball is tipped away on the entry pass. Weston comes up with it, passes ahead to Jolly. Jolly pulls back up, finds Morse at the elbow. Morse tries to get it inside to a cutting Smith, but that's stolen away by Jackson. And Jackson dribbles out of bounds on the sideline. So good defense there. I think the story of the game so far is the Rebels' defense.
It definitely has been the star of the show. Wayne is looking noticeably very frustrated, taking quick shots or last-minute ones. Not have a lot of open looks. The Rebels have done a good job.
Well, and I don't know if you saw, Ambria, on Wayne's schedule this year. They've had at least 2 games they've scored over 70 points. That is a ton for a 1A girls basketball team.
That is a lot.
So for us to hold them to 12 with 2:37 to go in the first half is an accomplishment. Wayne has it on the other end now. Blackburn pump fakes and gets Weston in the air and then misses it. Weston with the rebound, finds Smith up ahead, and Smith finds an open Jolly at the rim, and a great finish there for Kira. 25-12 now. Kira with a great game yesterday, getting on the scorebooks now with that finish at the rim. Weston tips it away. Great defense from Weston as she gets it away from Blackburn, and Blackburn tries to recover and dribbles out of bounds. So can't say enough of Weston and Smith's defense so far in this game, really bottling up Blackburn and Van Dyke. Smith now with the ball up top, being guarded by Blackburn. Blackburn almost gets the steal from behind, but now the Rebels have numbers. Pugmire has it underneath. She's going to go up against Van Dyke. Good defense there from Van Dyke as she causes the miss and gets the rebound heading the other way. Rebels up 25-12 now. Wood at the top gets the entry pass to Torgerson. Torgerson kicks it back out. That is a shot attempt by Jackson, but blocked by Jolly. Wayne keeps possession. It's through the hands of Jackson into the hands of Jackson. Still has it being double teamed. She gets it to the corner to Blackburn. Blackburn's three's no good. Rebounded by Pugmire. Pugmire gets it across half court, passes ahead to McKinnon. McKinnon doesn't finish at the rim, but that is knocked out of bounds off Wayne, and it'll stay Rebel ball. So are you seeing the correlation, Ambria, that the Rebels yesterday had a 30-point win, whereas Wayne had to fight to the very end? Are you seeing a correlation there?
Yeah, the Rebels are looking way more confident out there, looking way more calm, collected. Their offenses are running and being able to execute, where Wayne is looking a little frustrated, not executing as clearly as I bet they would hope they were.
Jolly puts up a 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Jackson. Heading the other way. And it just looks like Wayne's kind of out of sorts. You saw right there that Jackson tried to pass it ahead to her teammate. They weren't paying attention. They were luckily able to get it off the pass off their own backs, but Rebels have just really been able to rattle the Badgers here as Van Dyke drives in and is fouled, so she's going to line to shoot 2 and hopefully get her first points of the ball game. So Van Dyke's first is up and good. So McKinnon will come out. Hatch is in the game. And now we're going to get a late sub with Cass Argyle going in. Luckily, Van Dyke, you don't want him to make the shot very much, but now Argyle able to get into the game here with 49 seconds left on the clock. 25-14 after those 2 made baskets from Van Dyke. Argyle now with the ball. She crosses half court, dribbling to her left, hands to Jolly. Jolly takes a dribble in. A great pass from Jolly to Pugmire as Pugmire slipped down to the block. Kira's had great court vision all year. Just a great passer when she's on the floor. On the other end, Wood picks it up and is pressured. Tipped away by the Rebels out of bounds. So Wayne will keep possession with 24 seconds left to go in the first half. Ball gets inbounded to Van Dyke. She's looking, dribbles to her left. Great help there from Argyle. And they're going to call a foul and send Van Dyke to the line to shoot 2. Two shots coming up for AJ Van Dyke. She was just at the line and hit both of them. Her first is up and good. I haven't seen her percentage, but I'm assuming she's a great free throw shooter. 100% so far in this game, 3 for 3. Van Dyke's second is up, no good. I jinxed her as Pugmire gets the rebound, and she is fouled by Van Dyke. So the Rebels will take it on the sideline. That is Van Dyke's first personal foul. Second team foul for the Badgers. Rebels get it inbounded, but tipped away again by the Badgers. And so 10 seconds on the clock. Pugmire to inbound. She gets it to Weston. Weston dribbles to her left. 5 seconds on the clock. Weston gets the screen. She slips it into Pugmire. Pugmire not able to finish. We had a good look there. But the Rebels are going to go to the locker room up 12. We'll go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our standout student segment followed by our first half highlights. Thanks for tuning in.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
It is now time for our standout student segment, and we're going to have a couple standout student segments this week, with it being a week full of games. But one of our interviews is going to be with Molly Weston, and Molly's second niece that I've interviewed this week, so it's totally favoritism, no shame. But Molly, I'm excited to talk with you.
Yes, me too.
You're excited too? That's true?
Yep.
All right. Well, Molly, we're going to talk about school and basketball, obviously, as this is being played the week of state, and excited to catch up with you. But first off, it's been a tough few days for you and your classmates and teammates and the community in general.
But before we started recording, you'd said that you felt like you guys were pushing through and mourning together and things were going okay. What's it been like at the school this week? Sometimes these things bring everyone a little bit closer together, makes people look at each other a little bit differently in a good way. Have you felt any of those things this week?
Yeah, there have been some assignments that, ironically enough, have lined up and have talked about kind of the situation. And there's an assignment in Lex's about the 5 people you meet in heaven and about people who have influenced you. And so I feel like having that assignment this week has also helped us to see like how important life is and how important that we be good to each other and to help others out.
Yeah, Lex told me about that. Pretty crazy that, because obviously that wasn't planned. It just timed out that way. You guys have been reading that book all trimester long, and just so happens you guys finished that book this week. So it's a reminder that there's somebody more powerful than all of us that's in the works, and that's just another evidence of it. So I'm glad that you guys are healing. Obviously, it'll be a slow process, but glad to hear that there's some tender mercies happening at Rich High School every day. Molly, let's talk about, before we talk about basketball, let's talk about school. You're in your sophomore year. I've interviewed a few different sophomores. Wilkes Weston was last week, your classmate. How's your sophomore year going? A lot of times sophomore year is considered one of the tougher ones, just the transition period and certain classes that happen. But how is the year going for you so far?
I feel like it's been pretty good. There's a lot of required classes rather than a couple electives each trimester that we got our freshman year that made school a little more fun. But I'm also taking a college class along with this trimester, so that's made it a little heavier on workload. But next trimester it should open up, and I feel like the required classes are manageable and that it's been a good year so far.
What's your favorite class you're taking this trimester?
I really like language arts. It's probably my favorite.
Who teaches that class?
Lex Cornea.
Oh, so that's the one where you're reading the book. Awesome. So that's awesome. That's great that school's going so well and it's challenging. And is it kind of crazy that you're over halfway done of your sophomore year and next year you're going to be old and be a junior?
Yeah, when people say that 4 years go by fast, you're like, oh, no, it doesn't. But now that I'm closer to the end of my sophomore year, yeah, I only get 2 more years of school and sports seasons.
Yeah, sometimes school, and it'll be with other stages of your life, but it sometimes seems like the days can sometimes feel like weeks, but the weeks feel like days. They just pile up and fly by.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today. Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7's services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
We are halftime here as the Lady Rebels are up 12, 27-15. Halftime show brought to you by the station on Main. We've just got some stats to run through here. We'll start with the Wayne Badgers. Points-wise, we have Michaela Jones with 2, AJ Van Dyke with 5, Reagan Blackburn with 3, and Bree Torgerson with 5, equaling 15 points in the first half. They went this is kind of a staggering stat, Ambria. They went 18% from the field, so 4 for 22 from the field, which, like I said, they've scored over 70 points this year, twice at least, so that's obviously not what they usually do. Free throw percentage, they were great, 7 for 9, almost 78%. As far as the Lady Rebels, points, Weston with 5, Smith 2, Pugmire 10, Argyle 6, Hatch 2, and Jolly 2. Lady Rebels went 44%, 12 for 27 from the field. 3-point percentage, they were 3 for 9. And Wayne was 0 for 7 from 3 that half. And Free throw percentage, we only shot one foul shot that whole half, and we missed that one, so 0 for 1. But all in all, Rich won the first quarter 14-8, and then the second quarter 13-7. So consistency from both sides, but if it's any indicator, Lady Rebels looking good.
Yeah, they are. It'll be interesting to see how Wayne adjusts in the second half, see if they can get the lid off the basket and get their shots to go in.
Yeah, so if you're Wayne, what do you think? You've got to, 12 points isn't a lot in basketball with a half to play when you've got players like Van Dyke and Blackburn. What's your thinking there? If you're the coach, what are you telling Wayne to do here to start the second half?
To me, it's looking like they just need to relax, find their rhythm, and get something going. All of their shot takes they've took have looked either very contested or just rushed. They need to just get an offense going and get something working for them. They need to chill out a little bit. It looks like their nerves got to them a little bit in this semifinals game. We'll see how they adjust in the second half.
Yeah, and like we talked about, young team, as are the Lady Rebels for a lot of their lineup, but Wayne, definitely a young team, one that we're going to watch for the years to come. But it does seem, and Rich has been there before, right, where we're rattled in this semifinal game. Fortunate tonight's not looking that way if things keep going the way it's going. But, yeah, Amber, like I said, we've both played in these semifinal games. It's mentally taxing, right? Like, even if you have a great team, it can be mentally taxing.
It definitely is. And you never know how the second half can go. Things can really switch up, and you just never know what's going to happen down here at the tournament.
Yeah, I feel like, especially in these later games in the bracket, that you hit it spot on. The Lady Rebels can't settle in right now and be complacent. The first few minutes of the second half are just crucial. So we'll see what Coach Lundgren has here for the Lady Rebels, but hopefully they'll just keep going and the momentum will keep going their way. We're going to go to a quick break. This has been our halftime show brought to you by the station on Main. We'll go to a quick break, 2 minutes on the clock here before the start of the second half of this semifinal matchup between the Lady Rebels and Lady Badgers. We're back after this.
Mountain Valley Cattle Company is here to support rich schools. Owners Eddie and Todd Jensen know that when it comes to buying and selling cattle, you need to work with people you can trust. That's why Mountain Valley has built a reputation for honest, reliable service across Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Whether you're looking to buy quality livestock or get the best price for what you're selling, Mountain Valley Cattle is here to help. For expert service and a personal touch, call Eddie and Todd today at 208-339-0614. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, where the cattle in your community come first. That's 208-339-0614.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome back. We are just getting ready to start the second half of play here between the Rich Rebels and the Wayne Badgers. And the Rebels, like we talked about in the halftime show, important that the Lady Rebels just keep the foot on the pedal here, not let up. Because like you said, Ambria, especially down here in Richfeild, anything can happen, and Wayne certainly has the potential of making some noise and getting right back in this thing.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to go down easy. They're going to come out and probably give it their all this second half.
Any team with great athletes like Wayne always has potential to continue to put points on the board, but Lady Rebels just need to keep playing the aggressive defense that they have been, as Wood has it at the top of the key, being guarded by Argyle. She passes over to the right wing. That's to Blackburn. Blackburn gets a screen set for her as she gets it inside to the paint. And that's to Jones. Jones turns and fires. No good off the back iron. Rebounded by Pugmire. She gets it quickly ahead to Smith. In transition, Smith at the rim, able to finish. Great finish there for Paige. Coach Lundgren's team's done a great job that when a rebound is made, he has a player streaking to the basket. You saw it there. On the other end, Wayne gets it underneath. Great defense there again by the Rebels as they put one up from the left block, and that is blocked, and the Rebels are going to be fouled going up the sideline off after that rebound, and so they'll get an inbound here just in front of the scorers table. So Pugmire to inbound. Looking, gets it up ahead to Weston. Weston now at center court, dribbles to her left. Now on the left wing, she passes to Pugmire at the top of the key. And they're going to get Pugmire for the travel. There was a hesitation there. And Ambria, the travel call to me, like, I understand when I see a travel. I don't know if I could technically, like, describe to someone who doesn't know about basketball what a travel is. It just comes in so many different forms, and you saw a different one right there again.
It really does. It's kind of a very inconsistent call. There's not a single ref that calls that.
Right. And that's, yeah, definitely a travel, but one that who knows if that gets called by others. Rebels able to steal the ball and get it ahead to a streaking Argyle, who goes all the way to the rim, and she is fouled, so she's going to go to the line to shoot two. So two coming up here for Cass Argyle. Cass just brings a good athletic side to her game, to the floor. I talked about earlier how she had a cold streak that I just know that she was frustrated about, but even during that time, just a great defender as well. She's long, athletic, great job on the offensive side, and good to see her putting a good amount of points on the board tonight. And airball's the foul shot there, and she's not happy about it. She's one of those ones that kind of just has a laugh about it, and I'm sure she'll shake that off. But the Lady Rebels are up 30-15 now after that made foul shot by Argyle. Wayne with the ball. Blackman gets it to Van Dyke. Van Dyke pump fakes, dribbles to her left inside the key, turns and fires, and that is good. 30-17 now with 6:15 to go in the third. Weston quickly gets it across half court to Smith on the right wing. Smith's going to kick it back up top to Weston. Weston over to Argyle on the left wing. Argyle looks, gets a screen from Pugmire. Argyle tries to get the pick and roll. That's tipped away, but Pugmire does end up with it and puts it up and scores. I don't have the stat in front of me. I would love to see how many points Bray has just from putbacks, getting a tipped ball. Like, she gets so many putbacks. It's a huge part of her game.
Yeah, she's fantastic at that.
On the other end, Wayne finally gets one from the three line. Blackburn hits one from the right wing. Cuts this one to 12. Smith now has it. She crosses half court, dribbles to her left. She gets a screen from Pugmire. She picks up her dribble and passes to Pugmire on the left wing. Pugmire tries to drive inside, but she'll have to kick it back out to Smith, who goes all the way to the basket. Blocked by Van Dyke, and Van Dyke's going to take it the other way. Van Dyke coming a little bit more alive at this half. Guarded by Hatch on the other end. She's going to kick it back up to Jones. Jones dribbles all the way to the hole, and it is tipped out of bounds. And so it'll be Wayne ball under their own basket as Lacey McKinnon checks into the game. Lacey McKinnon's one I'm excited about. She's tall, can dribble, post. She's had a good year this year. Excited she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, she's very talented. Can work as a post and shoot like a guard as well.
We've talked about it in this broadcast earlier in the season. Lady Rebel basketball fans have to be super excited. Great chance at a championship this year, but so much young talent coming up as well. And McKinnon crosses half court, passes across to Argyle. Argyle skips it back over to McKinnon for three, no good. Rebounded by Torgerson, and she passes over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke brings it across half court, dribbles to her left, passes over to Blackburn for three, no good. That would have been her second of the half. Rebounded by Hatch. She hands to Weston. Weston dribbles to her left. She's going to go all the way to the basket, not able to score. Tries to get her own rebound, but goes out of bounds. Good effort there for Molly. And amidst the contact, not able to finish at the basket, so Wayne will get the ball back. Brindley's got to get some new shoes. She's had to stop and retire shoes. That's the third time tonight.
She has. Maybe take a little breather.
Whatever brand that is, we can't mention on air because it would be bad publicity for them. But ball knocked away on the other end from Hatch. She gets to Weston. Weston finds Argyle. Great pass, just a little bit too far underneath the basket. Argyle, good job keeping it alive. Kicks it back out to McKinnon and then inside to Pugmire. And we have a scrum underneath before the jump ball. Coach Lundgren able to get the timeout, so heads up play there from Coach. We'll go to a quick break. Rebels up 32-20 with 3:49 to go in the third. We'll be back after this.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
Welcome back. We're here at the semifinal matchup between the Lady Rebels of Rich and the Wayne Badgers. And Rebels up 12 coming out of a timeout. Coach Lundgren able to get a timeout before the jump ball happened there. And so Jolly to inbound. She finds an open Pugmire. Oh, and it just rims out. She does get fouled, so she'll go to line to shoot two. Coach Lundgren has some great drawn-up plays. That was one of them. Pugmire gets fouled, almost gets the and one, but she'll go to line to shoot two. Her first is up and good. So 33-20 now, 3:48 to go in the third. Torgerson is out for the Badgers, and in comes Lily Morrill in her place. Pugmire's second rims in. 34 to 20. Rebels up 14. On the other end, Weston puts pressure on Blackburn, but Wood now has it up top. She drives into the hole. I don't know if she was passing or shooting there. We'll see, but she is fouled in the key.
I'm sure if she really had a direction there either.
Yep, she just kind of went in there head down, and they're going to say she was shooting, so she can go to line to shoot two. Wood's first is up and no good, just off the back iron. And the second is good for Wood. So that'll bring it 34-21 with 3.5 to go in the third. Jolly has it across half court. She'll pass to McKinnon. McKinnon second-guessed herself. She had to open Pugmire across the court, but that is stolen. And going the other way for Blackburn. She misses her layup, but it goes out of bounds, tipped by the Rebels. And so Wayne will keep possession underneath. Argyle back into the game for McKinnon. Merrill the inbounder. She gets it into Blackburn. Blackburn gets a screen. She'll put a shot from the foul line. No good. Rebounded by Pugmire. She gets it ahead to Argyle, who crosses half court. And at the very end, gets it to Jolly on the baseline. Jolly puts up a floater, and it falls. Hits the front iron and rolls in. 36-21 with 2:55 to go in the third. As Van Dyke's going to take a three, just rims out. Rebounded by Argyle. She gets it ahead to Weston, who finds Argyle. Argyle to Hatch. Hatch puts it up, and good. I love those fast breaks with the ball hardly three-pointer to fall. Rebels don't skip a beat. Down the other end of the floor as Jolly had an open look at the basket, but misses that layup. Rebounded by Wayne, going the other way. Morrill's going for her second straight three, and it is good with the foul. Huge back-to-back plays for Lily Morrill. She's holding her side. She was holding it after the last three-pointer, but she was fouled there, so she's going to go to line. Made free throw here will be that'll cut it to 10.
Those are two big plays by her.
Yeah, the back-to-back threes, and just like you said, Ambria, if you're the Lady Rebels, you can't let them back into this, and this is the most action Wayne has had with 1:55 to go in the third as Morrill foul shot is up and good. So just like that, back-to-back trips down the floor, Morrill with 7 points. Weston now has it at the top of the key. And the Badgers have moved into a 3-2 zone with 3 on the top, 2 on bottom. Argyle pump fakes, drives, dishes out to Weston. Weston for 3 from the corner, no good. Rebounded by 3 Rebels. Page gets it up to Pugmire, and Pugmire's fouled on the left side of the basket. And so she's going to go line to shoot 2. Great box out there by the Rebels, as there were 3 white jerseys waiting for the ball there. Pugmire's first is up and no good, off the back rim. So one more coming up here. 10-point game, 38-28, with 1:28 to go in the third. Blackburn gets it across half court. And excuse me, Pugmire did get that second foul shot to fall, so 39-28 now. Morrill passes to Wood in the corner. Wood dribbles out of it, passes to Morrill on the right wing. Morrill enters it in to Van Dyke. She's fouled underneath. Let's see who they're going to give that foul to. Cass Argyle, just her first foul, as Hatch is back into the game for Dottie Morse. And Amber, a thing to take note of down on the floor, that was Blackburn's third foul on Pugmire, so something to keep track of going into the fourth. But missed shot by Wayne as Pugmire gets the rebound, gets it ahead to Weston. Weston inside to Pugmire. Pugmire finds a streaking Smith on the backside. That was a pass from the right elbow to the left block, and Smith with a great finish. 43 seconds to go in the third. Rebels up now 41-28. Van Dyke, she's going to fire from deep, no good. The only thing I can think of is that she must be able to hit, though. She's put up a lot of deep threes. But on the other end, Hatch gets it underneath.
Great pump fake. Ooh.
Great pump fake, not able to finish on the second, but Argyle gets it from 3, and that is her third 3 of the game. So excited for her as she gets another 3-pointer to fall, giving the Rebels lead 45-28 with 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. Van Dyke has it underneath on the other end. She puts it up, no good, and they're going to get Pugmire with the over-the-back call. Good box out from Jones. So that is the fourth team foul for the Rebels, just the second for Pugmire. 5 seconds on the clock. They get the inbound. Weston tipped the 3-point attempt by Blackburn. Wayne got the rebound off the tip and are not able to finish. So the Rebels close out the quarter 44-28, capped off with Argyle's 3-pointer to give the Rebels some more breathing room. And we'll go to a quick break. When we come back, fourth quarter of action. Lady Rebels are 1 quarter away from reaching the state championship game. We'll be back after this.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed.
We are back here, start of the fourth quarter, as right away, Wayne able to get a steal at the top of the key and finish at the rim to cut this one to 14. Weston now with the ball across his half court. So yeah, Ambry, it looks like Wayne's definitely getting into that 3-2 zone with a trap at the top. And Rebels able to break it there, but good defense there as Hatch was open at the block, but blocked out of bounds by Jones. Rebels keep possession underneath.
I think the Rebels have done a good job playing against their zone. They've been able to move the ball around enough to get open to the baseline.
Well, and a big part of the Rebels' offense this year has been that high-low look, and yeah, that's wide open with this zone that Wayne's currently in. Pugmire gets it underneath, a strong finish as she finishes with the 2-point basket. 46-30 now, favor of the Rebels. Once again, Lady Rebels just 7 minutes, 15 seconds from reaching the state championship game if they can close this one out, and they're going to get Pugmire with the foul on Jones. That'll be Bray's third point in the game where she doesn't need to come out for that. She's got 2 more to give with 7 minutes to go. Wood to inbound. She's looking, finds Van Dyke. Van Dyke, a good move, dribbling to her left, puts one up. And Amber, don't you feel like Wayne's offense is clicking now, but it's definitely one that was absent the first half?
Yeah, definitely. They're looking a lot better. They're looking way more organized. Shots are starting to fall for them as well.
That's a great way to put it. Much more organized, cooler heads, but luckily Rebels able to match it so far. But Wood with another steal at the top of the key. Let's see if she can finish at the hole, and she does. So luckily the Rebels have had such a cushion that even with this surge for Wayne so far, Rebels still with a 12-point lead, 46-34. Argyle skips it over to Weston on the right wing, then back to Smith. Smith to Argyle. Let's see another 3 from Argyle. No good. I like that shot, though. She had an open look. Rebounded by Wayne as Blackburn has it on the right wing. She passes to Van Dyke. Van Dyke almost gets that 3 to roll. That would have been big, cutting it to 9. Smith gets the rebound, up head to Weston. Weston was trying to get to Hatch, but Hatch wasn't looking. We had the perfect angle for Weston, what she was thinking. Hatch just did not look in time. So I think Rich that took this timeout?
Yeah.
Full. So Rich is going to take a full timeout. We'll go to a quick break. We come back. Rebels up 12 with 6:04 to go in this game.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We are back here, fourth quarter. Lady Rebels up 12. So Amber, what do you think? What do the Lady Rebels need to do here with 6 minutes to go to close this one out and put this scrappy Wayne team away to finish this game?
I think they just really need to focus on slowing down, making sure they're not, taking care of the ball, not throwing it away, not giving Wayne any gimmies, taking care of it.
Because honestly, that's what it's been this quarter. Mm-hmm. The steals off of the zone defense and the turnovers they've been causing. So Jones on the other end dribbles to the hole, and that's going to be Bray's 4th foul, so she's going to need to come out. So I don't know. Worries me a little bit having Bray go to the bench for the next few minutes in a game that could be within 10 right here. Jones does miss the first. She has one more coming up.
Really going to have to focus on rebounding with Bray on the bench.
Exactly. So Jones with one more on the way. She puts it up and no good. Good box out there from Smith on the rebound. She gets it across half court, dribbles to her left. Yep, so Wayne's definitely just going to be in that 3-2 zone, trapping in the corners. The Rebels should be able to find a high-low, and there it was right there. McKinnon not able to finish, and that's what's going to kill us. We have open looks, but just not able to finish at the basket. Blackburn, the other end, dribbles to her right, finds Jones at the foul line. Back to Blackburn. She pumps, dribbles in, gets it inside to Van Dyke. Van Dyke with the finish. She's come alive in this second half. Weston with the ball, getting trapped up top. Tipped away again by Wayne, and we're going to have a jump ball, I think. Nope, they're going to give the timeout to Rich. Wayne wants a jump ball, but Rich definitely still had possession when Lundgren got that timeout. So, Ambry, are you feeling a little bit nervous like I am? We've still got a lot of time left, 10-point lead. But defensively, Wayne's just putting us in a lot of uncomfortable spots.
They are the game. You can tell the heat's turning up, and this is where you got to finish the game and stay strong. I feel like in the past, this is where we've really gone wrong in our games, and it feels like a familiar situation down here in the semifinals.
Exactly. And I was not a ball handler by any means. My job was rebounding and getting some assists in there. You were a great ball handler. What do you do in these situations where you're getting trapped at the extended wing up top?
Just got to make smart passes, keep the ball, try to avoid the corners, make good passes, just keep control of it.
And we're back here as Hatch gets it inbounded to Weston. Weston being guarded up top in that 1-3-1 defense. McKinnon passes it back to Weston. McKinnon has an open three from the corner, no good. And Jones gets the rebound, gets it quickly up to Blackburn. Blackburn being guarded by Weston, and no good. Good defense there from Molly. That was a 50-50 call there as they were both a little bit airborne. But ball goes out of bounds after the missed basket. And so Hatch will get the ball back into Weston. Weston crosses half court. She's going to be trapped. Gets it to Argyle. Argyle dribbles to her right. Looking. Gets it to Morse. Morse over to Smith. Smith back to Argyle up top. Argyle over to Weston. Weston gets it inside to Morse. Morse pump fakes and goes, and they're going to get it for a travel. It was the right idea, but drug that pivot foot. 4:28 to go in the fourth. Lady Rebels up 10, 46-36, trying to hold on and close this one out. Blackburn dribbles to her left. Passes to Van Dyke. Van Dyke dribbling to her right. You can tell she wants to shoot. She does a long two. Just like you were saying, Ambria, Van Dyke's just put up a lot of uncontested shots, and Paige falls down there. Luckily, it was stolen by Wayne. A lot of commotion I'm trying to keep up with, but they're going to call a travel on Wayne.
And I think
that was a circus.
I think the Blackburn got away with a foul there early that would have been her fourth. I think she got lucky there.
You are so right. She was the one that knocked Dottie Morse down right there. So they did call a travel on Rich. And so Wayne, and sorry, I know we're audio only, so I didn't do a good job telling, but there was a lot of commotion there for loose balls. It ends up being that Rich travels. And now Van Dyke for three, no good. Rebounded by Jones. She puts it back up and good.
It's a tough finish for her.
8-point game with 3:49 to go. Pugmire going to the scores table. Hatch gets it. Skip pass to Argyle. Argyle for three, no good. Rebounded by Moore, strong rebound. They're going to call a foul on Wayne on Van Dyke. Great box out from Dottie Morse, and she was fouled on the rebound. So that's Van Dyke's fourth foul there as Morse comes out. Pugmire back in the game, which gives you a lot of confidence if you're Rich having her back in. She just can't foul. Smith to inbound. She gets it up top to Argyle. Argyle dribbling to her left inside the key. Tries to get it to Weston, but that's tipped away by Wayne. They head the other way as Blackburn has it on the right wing. Now to Van Dyke. Van Dyke tries to get the entry pass, defended by Weston, forcing a turnover as Argyle steals it. And now Coach Lungan's going to take a timeout. So that's going to be a full timeout. So we'll go to a break. A lot of commotion going on here. 3:16 to go. It seems like an eternity to go. Rebels up 8. We'll be back after this.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We are back here. Rebels trying to close this one out, but the Lady Badgers have done a great job in this second half. It'll be interesting to get the stat sheet. But really what it comes down to, Wayne got into that zone with the trap happening at the top, and it has made all the difference as it has thrown the Rebels right off their game. And we've got 3:16 to go in this game. Rebels up 8. They were up as much as, I believe, 15, but Wayne has cut down this lead. Pugmire had to be on the bench for a lot of it due to foul trouble. She is back in. Weston has it. She passed to Argyle. Argyle gets it inside to Pugmire. Pugmire takes the long two, and we needed that one. And that falls, so Rebels back to a 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go. Great shot from Pugmire from the foul line. Weston guarding Blackburn. Woods with a long three, and it banks in. Big shot for Wayne. 48-41 now. Closest it's been in a long time. Rebels throw it away at the foul line, and Wayne gets it quickly down the other end, and the freshman that just subbed in not too long ago was open underneath, but it's right through her hands.
For Wayne, number 2, Lily Morrow.
Morrow back into the game. 7-point game now with 2.5 to go. Smith has it. She gets it across half court to Pugmire. Pugmire turns and looks, pass to Argyle. Argyle back to Smith. Smith inside to Pugmire. And then over to Weston. Weston in the corner. I like how we're not keeping it in the corner for very long. I can't believe that Wayne's gone away from their trap, though. I mean, that's what was throwing us off, and they have gone away from that. Weston pump fakes, dribbles in. Oh, almost a great entry pass. Tipped away into the hands of Hatch. Hatch tries the finish. Pugmire gets the rebound. Tipped away, though, by Blackburn and out of bounds. The Rebels keep possession.
Seems that once Bray gets back in the game, they go away from their trap. They don't think that they can trap in the corners in.
Yep, they have to account for, which is true. Weston with the ball up top. 30 seconds on the shot clock. 1:54 on the game clock. Pugmire has it up top. She hands to Weston. Weston dribbles to her right, kicks it over to Smith. Smith picks it up. She has an open look. Just rims out. Fight for the rebound. This will be a jump. Oh, they're going to call a kick. Interesting. That was a weird call.
I did not see that.
Because there was a scrum for the ball, and they're going to call a kick on Wayne as all the girls were jumping on it instead of a jump ball. So Rich keeps it. Big call there. Smith to inbound. She gets it up top to Pugmire. Pugmire gets it tipped away by Jones, and they're going to call a foul on Jones, which if you're Wayne, you do need to start fouling. You only have 2 fouls against you. You have 3 more to get to the bonus, and you're probably going to need to send Rich to the line eventually.
This is where things get really aggressive, really intense.
This is when I would hate being a ref, this point in the game.
Ooh, that was
on the other end, like under the basket.
She took out her own player.
Yep. So Weston found Pugmire streaking to the basket. Pugmire had an open look. She's fouled hard from behind and lands right on Van Dyke. So, yep, definitely no fault of Pugmire as she was hacked from behind and just smashed Van Dyke underneath. I feel for Van Dyke. That was a hit.
It was.
Pugmire's first foul shot is up and good, as she was fouled while she was shooting. I think Wayne might take a timeout here if Pugmire makes this one up and good. And, yep, they're going to take a timeout. 2 big foul shots for Bray Pugmire as the Rebels now lead 50-41. We'll be back after this. 1:29 to go in the game.
We offer rebates on energy-saving products and equipment for our customers. For example, your home's heating and air conditioning system draws significant amount of electricity during certain times of the year. We offer cashback for heat pumps, which use energy-efficient technology to heat and cool your home. We also offer rebates on appliances and smart accessories like smart plugs and smart switches. Really, for anything that draws electricity in your home, we usually have some type of rebate to offer you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
We are back here with 1:29 to go in this game. Lady Rebels up 9 after those 2 made free throws from Bray Pugmire. So the Wayne Badgers now have the ball. And they've got 9 points to make up in a minute and a half, which is plenty of time in basketball, as they've had at least 3 threes this second half, 2 from Morrill, 1 from deep three from Van Dyke, no good. Rebounded by Blackburn. She puts it back up and in. Can't give them those second chance buckets in this scenario. 50-43 with 1:08 to go. Smith passes over to Weston. Weston skip passes it to Argyle. Argyle back to Smith, so the Rebels, a good job breaking that press. And Blackburn's going to foul Page. That was on purpose. I was about to say intentional foul. It wasn't an intentional foul, but planned, as they need to get one more foul to send the Rebels to the line. So you might see that here really soon. Weston with the ball. Getting pressured by Wood. Weston able to dribble out of it, and they call a foul, so Weston's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So first trip to the line for Weston. She's got 2 coming up here, 2 big free throws for the sophomore. 53 seconds to go in the game. Rebels up 7. Molly's first is up and just rims out. Molly, an 85% free throw shooter, has a miss on her first one. Second one coming up here. Second is up, and that one is off. Rebounded by Jones, heading the other way. Blackburn dribbles to her right. Hands to Morrill. Morrill, she's had 2 threes today. She puts another one up, no good. Pugmire, a good, strong rebound. Gets it to Weston up ahead, 38 seconds to go. Wayne's going to have to foul again, and they foul Weston again.
And that's
so
Blackburn's 5th.
So she's done. Oh, the Van Dyke has 4. That's who's got 4, Van Dyke. Weston is going to head to the line now to shoot 2. Her first is up. No good. So some rare misses for Molly, as she's been money so far this season. She's got 1 more coming up. If the Rebels can close this out, this has been a great game to prepare for a championship game tomorrow. Weston's second is up. This time rims in. Went up high and dropped down. 51-43 now. Wayne's got to score quick. Van Dyke with the ball, dribbles to her left. Drives in, tries to draw a foul. No good. Goes off the rim. Into the hands of Blackburn, who makes the 3. They will not go down easy, as now it's a 5-point game. With 21 seconds to go, we'll stay right here as Wayne takes a timeout. So obviously you're going to get fouled here. As I say, Molly is our highest percentage free throw shooter at 85%, a little lower now after those misses. I think her or Bray's great from the foul line. Cass is good from the foul line. So we'll see what happens, what Coach Lundgren draws up here, because I assume we're going to see a foul right off the bat here.
Yeah.
So 5-point game. We haven't been this close since early on in the first quarter, I believe. And so Wayne is just setting up a full court press. So we'll see what Coach Lundgren draws up here.
This is where they really got to take care of the ball, make a good pass.
Yeah, the last thing you want is a turnover here. Pugmire is going to inbound. Weston sets a screen for Smith. Comes off of it, and Pugmire immediately gets it to Weston, and she's fouled on the sideline, so she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 more. So the third time to the line in just the last 30 seconds for Weston. So she's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Weston's first is up, no good. Ambry, obviously, I know her well, and I know she is going to be angry with these missed foul shots here down the stretch. Her second coming up here, puts it up and in. So that gives the Rebels a little bit more breathing room. A 2-possession game, up 6. Morrill with the ball on the right wing. She gets it to Wood. Wood, great defense from the Rebels, not giving them a shot from 3. Weston steals it, gets it to Argyle. Argyle back up to Hatch. Hatch dribbles it across half court, and she's fouled. Great defense there by the Lady Rebels. They did not allow a look from 3, as that was the only chance Wayne had, was to get 2 more 3-pointers before the end. But that should do it, Ambry. There's 4 seconds to go with Hatch going to the line to shoot 2.
Got a little scary there. I think it'll be a good test for them to be able to stay calm under pressure tomorrow.
And for those interested, which you should be, the Rebels will have the winner of Tabiona and Panguitch, 2 very familiar teams. And the boys' game is coming up at 7 o'clock as the boys have their 3rd matchup of the season with Tabiona. Hatch's second free throw was good, and that will be it as Wayne hucks one up at the buzzer. Lady Rebels are going to go to state. They will play in the state championship game tomorrow against the winner of Tabiona and Panguitch, which takes place later tonight at 8:30, I believe. Nope, it's the next game.
Now.
Next game, good call. Yeah, so right now we are going to see Tabiona and Panguitch play. What's your prediction?
I don't know. I wish I'd seen more about Panguitch this season. Panguitch and Tabiona are both teams who love to bring it this state tournament. I think this will be a great matchup.
And so we are going to start our post-game show right after this. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up, the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, followed by the play of the game and the player of the game. We'll be back after this. We are back. This is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, part of the Independent Software Solutions post-game show. Just a stat line. We'll start with Wayne. So Morrill ended with 7, Wood 8, Jones 4, Van Dyke and Blackburn with 11 apiece. So we did a great job containing them. And Torgerson with 5. On the Rebel side, Weston with 7. Paige Smith with 6. Bray Pugmire, great game, 21 points with 14 rebounds, 13 defensive, 1 offensive rebound. Cass Argyle with 10. Brinley Hatch with 5, and Kira Jolly with 4. So that'll move us into our player of the game. And Ambria, what do you think? Who do you have for player of the game?
I just don't think you can give it to anyone except for Bray. 21 points and 14 rebounds is just such an impressive performance to put on, especially here in the semifinals as a sophomore. She really stepped up.
And we saw what happened when she wasn't in there. You know, she just brings so much confidence to the game in a game like this. That's brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Our D. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. I'm going to switch that to Plays of the Game, and that's Cass Argyle's 3 3-pointers of the game that came at such great times, especially early on, giving the Rebels an early lead, and they never looked back from there. So thank you for tuning in. A calendar update. The Lady Rebels, let me see what time they will play tomorrow. As I've said, the boys will play at 7 tonight. Well, it's probably going to be closer to 7:30 because we are behind schedule because of that triple overtime game before this one. But yes, the boys playing around between 7 and 7:30 tonight against Tabiona. I'm just pulling up the girls' bracket here. The Lady Rebels, super exciting, heading to the state championship game. They will play tomorrow at 4:30 tip-off they will have the winner of Panguitch and Tabiona, which is happening here in just a few minutes. So